about it.
All right. So Tom Connolly.
Okay, so frame it out again because people might not have been here.
Is a United States senator who, when he ran for office in 2012, made the statement that he was a United States Army Ranger because he went to Ranger School and served as an officer in the United States Army. There was a Special Forces operator who is a Democrat. He also is a Republican. I'll just throw that out there. It kind of matters to the story a little bit.
Right.
But there was a Democratic Special Forces operator who was retired and now a senator who literally said...
It was Democratic Representative Jason Crow of Colorado.
Jason Crow of Colorado.
A U.S. Army veteran took note of the debate and said the truth matters. Go ahead.
Right.
And
his truth basis was that if you've never worn the headgear of a United States Army Ranger, you're not a Ranger. That's stupid.
Right.
And here's why that is stupid.
Okay.
Is because if you are in the United States Army and you go to the leadership, it's not even like a specialty school. It's not like you're a badass combat operator.
Okay.
It's a leadership school.
Okay.
It teaches you how to be a more effective leader.
Okay.
If you go to that school, which is known as Ranger School, and you get your Ranger tab, you are a Ranger. You're a United States Army Ranger.
Okay.
There are females who will never, ever serve in a regiment because they probably don't want to. There are guys that were in my units that have been to Ranger School, will never serve in a regiment because they went to Ranger School. 2 years later, they got out of the military. Like, they'll just never go to a Ranger. They're still Rangers.
Right.
Because they completed the tasks. They met the conditions, and they exceeded standards to become an Army Ranger. That'd be like me saying that I'm not a streamer because I don't wear a Twitch shirt every day.
Right. Well, and you're talking about the article of clothing. I like to try and take it to like the layman's view of the military.
Yeah.
And like someone who never gets deployed, to me, still served. And I still thank them for joining the service because there was still a chance that they would get sent overseas.
Right.
And they knew that. So I still thank them for it, even though to a degree, comparatively, they didn't experience that of what someone who actually gets deployed, might have went through or did go through. And so for me, like saying that to a Ranger is that equivalent. Like, well, you didn't actually serve. Like, that's like them telling him, well, you didn't actually serve.
Right.
It's the equivalent, I guess, is what I'm saying. And it's just weird. Like
inner branch and like inside of the Army, like Army versus Marines, Army versus Navy versus Air Force, whatever. We have that differentiation. Like, oh, you've deployed, you've not deployed. We call them slick sleeves.
Okay.
Like, because you wear a patch on your sleeve that determines whether you've deployed or not. You have a unit.
Neat. Okay.
You have a unit patch on one side. You have your deployment patch on the other side.
Okay.
If you ain't got a deployment patch, you're slick sleeve.
Okay.
It is a way to quote unquote talk down to people.
Right.
Because you're better than them now.
And you had mentioned to me that they actually don't really like the leadership doesn't actually condone that because they say it leads to like toxic leadership.
It
correct?
shows toxic leadership and stuff like that. But as like comrades together,
sure,
the camaraderie and as brothers, if we're not picking on each other at least a little bit, like
right. No, I agree.
You're probably being ostracized.
Right. No, I agree. Right. I always have said that if someone's not busting my chops,
right,
then we're probably not really friends. You know what I mean? Like I want someone to bust my chops.